This planet you see right here, it's Venus. On these pictures right here, we got Venus, the planet Venus, and our planet Earth. Right here on top, we got the moon. This is an idea and compare of how big are those planets and the moon. If you can be on the space, this is how you will look at the moon, and this is the size of the Earth. But if you look at the Earth and Venus together, you can see that they're almost the same size. Now this image, do you see right now? This is the sun. It's big, right? Huge. Now I want you to look at this. On this corner right here, do you see this little spot? Well, this is Earth, planet Earth. And if you can be on the space, this is how it can be visible from the space. If you compare the sides of the sun with the sides of our planet Earth. So Venus and Earth, it's almost the same size, the same dimensions, and there is something that is going to happen in June 5th, 2012. It's calling Transit of Venus. What you see right here, these little dots, it represents only one planet. It represents the planet Venus. And what's going to happen is Venus is going to make a transit. That means it's going to walk. It's going to pass in front of the solar disk like this way. Remember how small is the planet Earth compared to the sun? It's almost the same size from Venus. So what's going to happen is we're going to be able to see the sun on the afternoon, and we're going to see a little dot in front of the sun. It's going to be passing like this. This imagine do you see right here? It's an example of how this is going to be happen on June 5th. This light right here, do you see? It looks like a star. It's not. This one represents Venus. This one right here, it represents the sun. I'm gonna click play in here, and what's gonna happen is you are going to see the transit. That means you're gonna see how this planet it walks, it's moving, and it's gonna pass this way, and it's gonna get in front of the sun, we call the solar disk, and then it's gonna get in here, and it's gonna pass little by little by little like this, and it's to gone. Now right here you're going to see the local time. That means at what time in Houston you will be able to see this transit. The problem it's going to be that this transit it's going to stop, it's going to finish around 11:30 p.m., which is going to be a little bit late for us in Houston. Now the sunset in Houston it's around 8:30 p.m. That means when Venus is right here in the middle, the sun it's going to set. So the rest of this transit we are going to miss it. I'm going to click on play, and you're gonna see all this that I just described. As you can see, Venus is going to enter the solar disk around 5 o'clock. If I go back on time, we will see this exactly time. It's going to be around 5 o'clock on the afternoon. See? This little black dot in there means the time of Venus it's going to pass. It doesn't mean that Venus is going to be into the sun. It's just going to pass in front of it. And you're gonna see now how Venus is walking. And when you see the whole thing get dark, that means it's get nighttime. And then you're gonna see the time in here. It's gonna be around 8:30 p.m. And that means we're not gonna see that anymore because it's gonna be already a sunset. As you can see, around 8:30 on the p.m. on Central Time, Venus is still on the half of the way, but we're not see it anymore. And after it get out of the solar disk, Venus is not going to do this again until the year 2117. That it's 105 years. 105 years after June 5th. Now, who's gonna live 105 years? We don't know, but maybe this is gonna be something that you maybe are gonna see once in your life, or maybe two, or maybe three. Who knows? But the point is this: it's happened in a very long period of time. It's not happen every day or every year. So that's the reason why the transit of Venus is something really nice and something important for a lot of people. Around the world, there is thousands or probably millions of people that they're going to see this, and they are so happy and they're waiting for this time to see this. This picture that you see in here, it represents the transit of Venus around the world. On this area, do you see like a shade, like gray color? This transit is not going to be visible. We're talking about South America, like this area right here, and this part of Africa. They're not going to see it. Now, this area that it looks like a purple color, and this area that looks green color, on these two areas, they are going to see the transit of Venus, but they're only gonna see like 50% of this transit. This white area, the whole white area that you see, they are going to see this transit 100% since the beginning to the end. What you can do in here is see where are you on the world, and then you have an idea how much percent you are going to see. For example, if you live on the United States, you are going to see around 50% of this transit. This is a world map. You probably know or have seen this program. This is the planet Earth, and I'm going to point which areas you are going to see this transit of Venus. Pretend there is a line right here. This line, whoever lives on this tab, they're going to see it all the way to here. Now, if we turn the other way, if we turn to the other way around like this, imagine that there's a line right here like this, a huge line. Whoever is on this part, they're going to see the transit all the way through here and through here. This is Mexico. This is United States of America. This is Canada, and this one is Alaska. This is Groenlandia. Do you remember this imagine right here? Compared with this one. Remember, this line right here with these lines, whoever live on this part of the world, they're not going to see it. So picture that in your mind, and now look at this. See, this is the line around here and around this. They're not going to see it, but whoever lives on this part and whoever lives on this part, only on this area, they're going to see it. And this map right here, it shows you the names of the countries. You may want to go on Google, ask your parents permission to do it, and you can probably look for the war map and learn about the countries. One thing that you may need to know is this. The war, if you divide it by half, it changes times and dates. For example, for this part of the war, they are on June 6th. For this part of the war, it's June 5th. So this means the people who live on this area, they are a little bit ahead of us, about a day. So that's why if you see the news on the TV about this transit of Venus, the reason why it says June 5 and June 6, it's because for the people who live in this area, it's going to start in June 5th, and whoever live on this area, it's going to start on June 6th. If you like to learn a little bit more about the transit of Venus or about eclipses, ask your parents permission, and you can go to do this. Go to google.com, and once you're there, just type NASA eclipse and hit enter. Once you're there, go to the first page. Can you find in here? And this one right here is the website from NASA about the solar eclipses and transits. Once you on this page, go to transits, and then you're going to find all the information that you need to know about the transit of Mercury and also Venus. The one it's going to happen on June 5th, 2012, it's called Transit of Venus. And on this part right here, it'll tell you when we start looking at this. In the year 1631 and December 7, this is the time, universal time 519. That's when we have our register about, or we know about this. And then we find out that 8 years after that, it happened again. And then we find out that 122 years after this, it happened again on the year 1761 and 1769. And this is we call pairs. Every time the transit of Venus happen, it has a pair. That means it happened once and then happened another one. The differences between these 2 years are 8 years exactly. 8 years between these two and 8 years between these two. Now this is where we get a little bit funny. The first pair happened on 1631 and 1639. For the next pair, it passed 122 years, and then when happened again, the other two pairs, it passed 105 years. And look at this. After that, when this thing happened again, it passed 122 years. And after this, when happen again, it's gonna be 105. This is the dates of the transit of Venus so far, and I want to explain you this is something really cool. From the first one to the second one, as I told you before, it passed 8 years, and always pass 8 years from one to the other one. This is a pattern. Now, from the last one, in 1639 year, it happened in 120 years after. The next time happened on 1761, and then 8 years again, and then it passed 105 years until happen again, and then again it happened on 1874. 8 years after, it happened 122 years again, and it start over again, 105, 122, 105. Do you see the pattern, the pattern numbers in here? There's two ways. One, every 8 years, and then every 122 and 105 years. This is something really amazing, guys. It shows you how the universe and all the bodies that move on the universe, such as planets and stars and galaxy, they're all part of a perfect math. There is a perfect mathematics on the universe. If you like to know at what time this transit will start, tell your parents to go to this website and you will know everything about it. The address is www.sunaeon.com. Remember, you just type 3 times W that sun ion.com. Make sure your parents do this for you, or you got the permission from them to go to this. You got a website called google.com and type on this on the search www.sunaeon.com. Hit enter. The first page you see, this is the one. Click there. Once you're there, it's going to load a website like this, and once you're here, you click on this one, Transit of Venus. You can actually go to solar system if you like to learn more about this, but so far click on Transit of Venus, and once you're here, this program, it will recognize the time of your computer, and it will tell you right here, depends of where you are, it will tell you where you are and at what time this is going to start. Just make sure that your computer is updated with the local time, and after that it's very simple. Remember, the program will recognize the time on your computer and the city where you are. So I'm in Houston, and this one shows Houston and the local time in here. But if you are on New York or Boston or any other city around the world, it will recognize it and it will tell you at what time on your local time the transit of Venus will start. Now, as something very important thing about this, you are never will look at the sun straight with your eyes. It's dangerous. You can get blind. So you never look straight at the sun with your eyes with no protection. Look at the sun. It's something really dangerous without the correct equipment. To look a solar eclipse, or on this case, to look the transit of Venus in front of the sun, you will need something like this. This thing called Eclipse Shades. They're just lenses for your eyes, completely safe. You can put it on and then you can see this transit of Venus on June 5th. To get those things, those kind of lenses, you need to talk to your parents you need to show them. And what you have to do, it's very simple. Just go to google.com and type this one, Eclipse Shades. Once you find these places where you can buy it, you can order, or probably you can check on your local stores, see maybe they have those lenses available. But remember, if you don't have this in your eyes, you can get blind if you look at the sun straight with your eyes. This is another thing you can use to see the transit of Venus in a safe way for your eyes. Do you see this little black thing? Well, this it's a piece of glass, and then we call a glass welding, and it has to be the number 14. You can tell your parents about to get information of where you can get this. Most of the time, the local hardware stores they have this. And once again, you can tell your parents to look to this information on Google and just type glasses for welding number 14. It's important there has to be number 14. If it's less than that, do not get it. It has to be number 14. And right here, you're going to see a lot of pictures of what kind of stuff you can buy, and you can use it to see the transit of Venus. These items are used for people who work on weldings. They can weld, and they use this equipment to protect their own eyes. The same way, if you look at the sun, you can do it, but remember, you have to use a protection. Like this one right here, like this one I already showed you, or the glasses are designed exactly for solar eclipses or for the transit of Venus. But remember, do not look at the sun straight with your eyes. You can get blind. It's very important that you follow this instruction. Do you want to know how this is going to be, how it's gonna look? Well, this is a real picture. This is the sun right here. This is some trees. Somebody take this picture. This is some trees. This black stuff you see in here, it's just clouds. It's no big deal, just clouds. But do you see this little dot? Well, this is Venus. This happened in 2004 before, and it's going to happen again in 2012 and June 5th in North America. This little dot you see, it's going to start getting in front of the sun on this area, and it's going to come like this, and then make a turn like this, and it's gone. Bye bye. See you in 2117 year, far away from now. So remember, this is gonna be something very beautiful to look if you like the astronomy, if you like the space, if you like the planets and the moons. Well, this event is just for you. It's a unique day, and we all should enjoy it together. And remember, you can talk to your parents or any adult who is in charge of you and explain about what you see on this video. You can tell them as questions you got, and you can probably find these answers on the Google website. You can look at this thing with your glasses and your eyes. Make sure you use number 14 welding glass if you want to buy that, and you can also take pictures with that. The same glasses you use for welding, the same a welding glass that you can use for eyes, you can put it in front of the camera if you have a camera, or your parents or any adult has a camera in your house. You can put it like this and take some good pictures of this Venus and this transit of Venus in front of the sun. I create this page on facebook.com with the name Astronomy Houston. This page is for watch the transit of Venus 2012 in Houston, Texas. It's in Spanish and in English. I have a lot of information that it can be good for adults. You can talk to your parents, they can look at this page. I have make a video in English with the explanation of this transit of Venus for adult people. I have some other information that can be good. I have another video about the transit of Venus in Spanish. And also, I am planning to have a little meeting the day of this happen so we can watch it together. The date it's already know that you'll be on June 5th, 2012. The time and the place, I'm still working on it right now. And when I have that information with me, I'm going to post in here where it's going to be and exactly at what time. If you like to come, talk to your parents or any adult that is in charge of you and ask them about this page and ask them if they want to come to see this together. This is going to happen on June 5th after 5 o'clock p.m. I want to thank you for the time that you spent to watch this video. I hope this can be good for you. I hope it can help you a little bit to understand about this transit of Venus. Remember, it's going to be on June 5th, 2012, around 5 o'clock p.m. in Central Time. Remember, you have to protect your eyes. You cannot look straight at the sun because you can get blind. Talk to your parents or whoever is in charge of you, any adult. Talk to them about all these things that we already talked. And to finish this video, I'm gonna let this page running so you can enjoy. Again, thank you very much for your time.